Hi, it's Joe Mazumdar at the Metals Investment Forum in Vancouver. It is the May 2023 edition. And with me, I have Tim Moody, President and CEO of Pan Global Resources. Tim.
Good to see you, Joe.
Tim's got a big background, a significant background in exploration, formerly working for RTZ, much longer than I did. And he actually worked in the belt that he's actually working with right now with Pan Global in the Iberian Pyrite Belt. So give us a bit of background on why you focused in on Escacena after you left Rio Tinto and then started your own junior.
Yeah, so, there was always unfinished business for me in Spain. We had a target, there was an area that was always prospective for me. So I started a private company there and I picked up the ground with that company and I sold that to Pan Global. And they were looking for a project. And then very soon after that, some old colleagues who had a land position in the Iberian Pyrite Belt came to me and said, look, we've got this, would you be interested? And of course, I knew the area very well. I knew that this particular patch of ground that we had, I knew its history, I knew that it hadn't been explored since the early 1980s. So I jumped at it. And that's how we got in there. And then subsequent to that, I built a bigger land position for the company. First target we tested, we made a discovery.
So for the audience, the Iberian Pyrite Belt is replete with volcanogenic massive sulfide polymetallic deposits, which are actively being mined. And you've got several near you, like Las Cruces, which is operated by First Quantum, that's permitting an underground development there. And then Grupo Mexico has come in to restart the Los Frailes Aznacollar mine, which is only several kilometers from the edge of your... Well, not even.
It's actually closer. Yeah, that's right.
And also let's talk about exploration because some of this stuff's undercover and some of it's not. So you've employed soils where the stuff is outcropping, but also gravity surveys work very well because the deposits are heavy with a high specific gravity, and also electromagnetics because the metal is conductive. And so you've applied this both aerially to your survey and come up with a plethora of targets.
Yeah, no, we're target rich. So I mean, if I cover the activity in the belt first, I mean, there's nothing like the Iberian Pyrite Belt for volcanogenic massive sulfide deposits. I mean,
you can get big ones, you get small ones,
and this has more of these giant VMS deposits, as they call, than any other VMS district in the world. Yeah, it's 8 or 9 of these plus 100 million tons. So it's extraordinary.
And we've seen M&A. We saw Sandfire come in to take out Minera Aguatenidas.
Yeah, that's right, the Matsa. Mubadala Trafigura joint venture was bought by them 1.89 billion last year.
Yeah, and some people might be, have little reservations against Spain and some areas of Spain, but that's not the case for this area of the Iberian Pyrite Belt, which has numerous mines. Because when we went on the site visit a couple of years ago, we drove from Lisbon all the way through, and it was almost like every 20 kilometers we'd hit another mine.
Yeah, no, it's extraordinary. It's a mining-friendly area. It's got a long history of mining, 3,500 years, probably continuous mining. But a lot of activity. 7 big operating mines in the belt. We drove past nearly every one of them. Yes. And so it's every piece of the ground is covered with mineralized. It's very hard for any company, let alone a junior, to pick up a piece of ground in this belt.
And so getting to that, I mean, so you got this plethora of targets within Escacena. You've basically drilled, I don't know, what is it, 30,000 meters cumulative, maybe on Escacena, which you don't have a resource out yet, but you've suddenly, and you've waited a long time to get access to the western part, which would actually let you grow this La Romana to the west near surface. Yeah. So talk about how long that took to get.
Yeah, look, that's this is a big deal for us. So we got the mineral rights granted about 4 years ago. And we've managed to get land access, surface access agreements over most of the area. But there's this big farm, covers about 12% of our property. We'd been talking with the farmer from very early on, but he just wasn't opening the gate for us. So finally, we made a breakthrough with him a couple of weeks ago. We signed an access agreement. We're both very happy with that agreement. And I'm sure, just as with all the access agreements we have, we'll end up with an excellent relationship with him. So, but what it's done is that we drilled off this Romana discovery, 150 plus drill holes into it already, 1.2 kilometres strike and continuous near surface copper mineralisation. Well, we couldn't go any further to the west. We drilled up to the fence of this farm, drilled under the fence even, and anyway, so we've got access to the western extension, so we can see a big, you mentioned gravity, big gravity anomaly,
and workings as well,
and old mine workings, right on strike. We could see the potential here for another 800 to 1,000 metres of additional strike extension to the 1.2 kilometres we've already found. So this becomes a pretty big deposit. So that's our highest priority target in the area. And now we've finally got access to it. The day after we signed, we had a team on the ground.
Right. And you're planning on drilling it right away because you're capitalized to do it.
That's it. Yeah, we've got 25 to 30 holes planned, and fences of holes 100 metres apart. We'll just keep drilling until we run out of copper mineralisation, basically.
So when do you think you'll start getting those rigs in?
So the first rig will be there probably in about 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah.
Right.
So, and we'll look to have 2 rigs. Maybe we'll increase that, but we get very high productivity with the diamond drilling in that part of the world.
So what does the assay turnaround look like for you now in Spain?
No, it's 3 to 4 weeks generally now. It depends, it fluctuates a little bit, but so that's more normal, let's say, compared to what it was pre-pandemic. Typically we'll wait till we've got a batch of results, we've completed a drill plan, and then put those in. In this case, with the drilling at Romana West, we'll look to put out patches. We won't wait until we've finished all 30 holes. We'll try and give progress, show that we've got copper continuing. I think that's really important for the investors to see. We can see it. We know the whole old mine workings are there. Yeah.
So I guess the other question is like Europe, just like US and some other regions are, developing their own critical mineral strategy. I know the US hasn't put copper on the list, but Europe has.
Yeah.
So the question is for me is like, how does that impact what you do? I know you're grassroots.
Yeah.
But how does that impact the district or infrastructure or that?
Yeah. Look, we can see a number of areas where this could help us. So we are doing some work now to see, we'll get those benefits and start to see those benefits straight away. But some of the areas where it could help are things like infrastructure, building infrastructure, whether it be additional power or shifting roads, that sort of thing. That's lower cost financing. One really important benefit is what the Spanish government's talking about is the streamlining of the permitting process. Previously, you'd have to deal with two ministries to get a mining license or get things permitted to begin a mine. They're looking to put that into one body, so that'll
make it more streamlined.
More streamlined. So that's a big benefit. Of course, with copper being on the critical minerals list, it changes the priority in terms of the government strategy. So those are just a few areas where I think we could see some benefit. It could also be funding in things like research or processing technologies, clean processing technology, and so on. It could have a big importance for us.
Yeah, it's nothing like having the government actually supporting your activity as opposed to stopping it.
What you mentioned, this is a mining-friendly area. I mean, the nearest town to us is built on the edge of an open pit, the Asnahoya open pit. The mayor was a miner. Most of the town...
And generationally.
That's right. So look, we're in the right place to having a mine, particularly having a copper project in Europe. That's worth a lot, I think. Something that could be brought into production pretty quickly.
Right, especially when you have so many plants around you as well.
That's it. And we've got so much infrastructure all around us, the mines nearby. It's more like a brownfield situation than a greenfields. Yeah, I mean you've seen the infrastructure. It's excellent. So,
but it's grassroots with respect to untested.
Untested. That's it. Yeah. Before we got there. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, to sum up, Pan Global, PGZ on the venture. I own it. I've owned it for a while, and why I like it is exactly what we talked about. Target rich, with the gravity surveys, soil anomalies, as well as the EM anomalies. But now with the access to the west is extending what we already know is mineralized.
Low risk.
much lower risk. And then we're talking about getting drill results, like with the drills coming in a few weeks, and then drill results within a month or so. So, and well capitalized to
Yeah.
actually deliver.
Yeah. No,
So
we're in great shape.
sounds great to me. Well, thank you very much, Tim.
Thanks,
Okay.
Joe.
That's Tim Moody, President and CEO of Pan Global Resources, that's active in Spain looking for copper. That's it for me, Joe Mazumdar, Exploration Insights from Metals Investment Forum, the May 2023 edition in Vancouver. Thank you very much, and hopefully this was helpful. Cheers.